Xbox Developer Direct. What you got in store for us this year? ID, Compulsion Games, Sandfall Interactive, and Xbox Game Studios. Oh, we're going to Xbox Game Studios first. All right, what do they got for us this year? This is Ninja Gaiden. I fucking know that opening. I'm hoping that if Ninja Gaiden is successful, it means a new fucking Dead or Alive. Please let that be what's in the works. That's usually how it went. When Ninja Gaiden was successful, Dead or Alive followed. And they went back and forth. Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive. Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive. So, let this... I hope it ends on a cliffhanger that's to be continued in the story or tie into Dead or Alive. I want a new Dead or Alive so bad. Please do announce exciting news of one of our flagship series. Without further ado, please take a look. Alright.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain.
Okay.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos.
Who is that?
Infiltrated the facility.
New character?
Mission.
All the action's there, baby. But who is this? It's not Hayabusa. That's a new character. I'm glad to see they did not. They doubled down on the gore, doing the Kill Bill shit. I was so scared that they tone it down. No, sir. Come on, show me some of those insane boss fights. Let me see that Zana drop. Classic moves better still be there. Oh, I like the little slowdown and you get a good parry or counter. Okay, there we go. There's some of the boss fights. Let me see some of those mechanics. Insane combos, one-hit kill moves, finishers. There's the drop. There's the drop. Yep. It's all there, baby. Ooh.
So you've come, Raven.
Raven is this guy's name.
I will execute my mission.
Come on, show me some. Damn it. Show me some fucking cameos from Dead or Alive. Show me some tie-ins. All the Master Ninja around the world. After more than 10 years, we're excited to announce Ninja Gaiden 4, a new mainline entry. You become the ultimate ninja and take on relentless enemies. It is a collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. Action is bona fide Platinum Games, needs no introduction. Include great action games such as Bayonetta and Nier Automata. Oh, we're very familiar. They were the right company to work with. It arrives after more than a decade. We are crafting an adventure with a new protagonist set in a fresh world where players can immerse themselves in a brand new experience. So you don't play as Hayabusa? Oh, you better still play as it looked like you were. Trailer you just saw also features Hayabusa, who will play a pivotal role in the story. Okay, yeah, you do still play as him. Looks like it's going to go back and forth. It will be revealed, his motives will be revealed as the story unfolds and lead him to clash with our new protagonist. Back off, I'll execute my mission. Voice acting sounded good too. Story takes place in Tokyo, which had been devastated by the rain caused by a dark dragon. Okay. The rain signals that the Dark Dragon is still alive, and peace will not return to Tokyo until the rain comes to an end. Yeah, I'm liking the aesthetic. Our new protagonist, a young ninja from the Raven Clan, a rival of Hayabusa, dives into battle in the capital of Tokyo to defeat the Dark Dragon and bring peace to the world. Sounds like they have a common goal. This will be one of those things where they fight at first and then they team up. Calling it now. We are preserving the dark, hardcore atmosphere of the series, and the gore! With curses and chaotic landscape, the world evokes a heightened sense of danger at every turn. Yeah, it looks like it. Of course. Clashing buildings collapse. Yeah, over-the-top gameplay. It's dangerous to miss out maneuver. Tokyo has been completely devastated by a certain incident and is flooded with fiends and adversaries, making you feel that the whole world is bearing its fangs at you. God damn. Environments feature enhanced verticality. He will use ninja techniques, tools, and familiar combat skills to overcome thrilling challenges. Looks like he gets a grappling hook. We've added many dynamic and exhilarating situations where Yakamoto will traverse by rails, swinging gaps. Yeah, it looks like he's Hayabusa, but with more tools. There are various scenarios, challenging, and hidden items to be discovered. Come on, show somebody from fucking Dead or Alive. The protagonist is following Hayabusa's footsteps to become a master ninja. He is still young, but is a genius carrying the weight of the Raven Clan's honor. We have designed him to become someone who can stand alone against Ryu and potential master ninja of the new generation. So he's going to become like Ryu's protege. Guarding the seal of the Dark Dragon and hordes of demons lurking throughout the world. Unfortunately, a lot of Platinum Games' important talent left due to upper management. Metal Gear Revengeance director works for Capcom, and many of the rest sent to work on live service games. Live service games are the devil, most of the time. Unless done right, which most aren't. I give you Concord. And I don't know, it looks like they've got something good here. I'm hoping that whatever new talent they have can pick up the slack. And them working for Capcom's a good thing, but it's not uncommon for devs to shuffle through companies like this. Like, BioWare is BioWare in name only today. All of the devs that worked on BioWare that we know and love, that worked on the original Dragon Age, that worked on the original Mass Effect games, like all of the, you know, the Knights of the Old Republic, etc. Like, all of those devs have long since gone, and that's how you end up with Veilguard and Andromeda. How you end up with the bad games. So they are BioWare name only. Happens all the time. Koei Tecmo is most likely doing most of the heavy lifting here. Well, I mean, it is their franchise, but it looks like a lot of the, I mean, they said it was a collaboration, so I'm wondering like how much of it Platinum did, but it's got the dismemberment and the combat does have, it does feel like it's got a lot of influence from Platinum Games, though. I mean, it's good. It looks like they took the combat from Ninja Gaiden, combined it with some of that Platinum hardcore stuff to just crank it up to 11, which was the right call. And I'm hoping that we're watching this. We're waiting for that cameo. We're waiting for that cameo from one of the Dead or Alive girls. Mayana, or many of those other ninja girls show up, hinting that there may be, God willing, a new Dead or Alive coming. Familiar fiends will make their return. While we can't reveal details at this time, there will be brand new characters as well as some familiar ones that the series fans will be happy to see, so stay tuned. That means that there are Dead or Alive characters in this. It heightens the speed of battle. While combat against it will occur at breakneck speed. Yeah, it looks like they've cranked it up to 11. He can use the new Bloodbind ninjutsu style to unleash dynamic attacks, opening up new ways to take on multiple enemies at once. I'm hoping the difficulty's still there too. Style features wide-range insta-kill attacks never before seen in a Ninja Gaiden game. I hope it doesn't make the game too easy though. Players can use these attacks to quickly reverse the tide of combat when vastly outnumbered. Of course, there are also intense 1v1 battles. Enemies guard and block just like the player. Oh, good, good. Leading to intense and fair combat. Players will need to keep a close eye on enemies' movements and assess the perfect time to strike. Good. Brings an exciting evolution to the action of Ninja Gaiden. Oh yeah. The DOA games are directly spun off of Ninja Gaiden. So you had the Ninja Gaiden games for regular Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Then they did Dead or Alive, which was a spin-off of Ninja Gaiden. And then the popularity of Dead or Alive caused them to do a reboot of Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox, on current consoles in 3D. And then those games were intertwined. So they'd make a Ninja Gaiden game, then they'd make a Dead or Alive game. Then they'd make a Ninja Gaiden, then they'd make a Dead or Alive game. So you're supposed to play them back to back, and they intertwine with each other. That's why Hayabusa's in Dead or Alive. That's why Ayane and the other ninja girls from Dead or Alive are also in Ninja Gaiden, and vice versa. Yeah, like characters from Ninja Gaiden make their way over to Dead or Alive. Yeah, they go back and forth. Action combat games making a comeback. Dynasty Warriors seems to be doing great. Ninja Gaiden 4, Phantom Blade 0. Damn. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, so I'm hoping that that's what this means. That this means a new Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive was my absolute favorite 3D fighting game, so I do want to see it make a comeback. Unfortunately, cancel culture hated it out of existence. They didn't stop making it, mind you. Cancel culture hated it out of existence because what used to be acceptable with the bouncy boobs and the cleavage, and then they started covering them up in Dead or Alive 6, and they reduced the breast physics, and they tried to accommodate those people, and in their attempt to accommodate the people who were doing the fake outrage over this shit back in the day, they pissed off their actual fans who hated seeing that censorship. So now they were made both sides mad, and the Japanese company just said, fuck it, we're not going to release any more games in the United States. So they kept making Dead or Alive games. They made another Dead or Alive beach volleyball. They made more Dead or Alive stuff, more Dead or Alive content, and they just stopped releasing it over here. Because, good job. All of our fake outrage hated a game out of our country. So hopefully now that seems to have died off for the most part, Stellar Blade was able to release. It got a little bit of flack, and then people just forgot about it. So luckily that cancel culture bullshit's starting to die down. Maybe it's time for them to finally feel comfortable bringing Dead or Alive back to the States. So, God, I want another one. I want a Dead or Alive 7 so bad. When it comes to action, we closely discuss every detail, such as feel and balance, on a daily basis. The new protagonist has a slightly different combat style from Ryu. Okay. But we are confident that the action will feel right at home in Ninja Gaiden. What distinguishes the two combat styles, Raven style and New style, which can be used strategically to take on specific enemies. Returning, obliteration, and ultimate techniques are also a part of the dynamic and speedy combat. So great, all of that like ultimate and like advanced stuff is still there, along with all the gore and are key tools in his arsenal. Both him and Ryu offer unique gameplay styles. I'm guessing Ryu will be the traditional style and he'll be the new one, giving players limitless variety when battling enemies. There's the Azana drop. So Ryu's stuff is still Ryu's stuff. That's a move directly from the Dead or Alive fighting game. That was a combo ender that did massive damage. And it does the same thing in this game. You do the combo, you end it with the spinny drop, and it's pretty much a one-hit kill in this game. In Dead or Alive, it wasn't a one-hit kill, but it would take like half your life bar, though. It would do a pretty good amount of damage. The pendulum will swing back the other way. It always does. Boobs will be cool again, and DUA will eventually come back. It feels like our time may have finally come, my friend. After seeing how quickly people moved on from Stellar Blade and how that company didn't relent to the criticism and didn't try to censor things. Instead, they doubled down and gave you more costumes that were revealing for those characters. And the game succeeded in spite of cancel culture, not because of it. Yeah, like, and games that are catering to that cancel culture shit, such as what they did to the new Dragon Age, are flopping hard. So yeah, people are just sick of it. pendulum's starting to swing back the other way. I'm hoping it'll land somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm hoping we don't go over-sexualized with the women, because that's what led us there in the first place. I'm hoping that they just go back to where we were and kind of stop there. Don't try to push it even further and make it swing completely in the other direction, because then history is just going to repeat itself. People are going to get upset, and it's going to go back. So I'm hoping it lands in the middle, and people just get... We'll have some games that have the more reserved, you know, new age Lara Croft, where she seems more like a real woman, you know, the more grounded stuff, but we can still have our fantasy stuff. I think there's room for both to exist, and I'm hoping they both still do. So everything doesn't have to be sexualized, but everything doesn't have to be, you know, wearing 8 layers of clothing because we don't want to sexualize it at all. Like, there's room for both to exist. Stellar Blade was an important game. It opened the doors again, and hopefully it leads to a new Dead or Alive. Desperately want Dead or Alive back. I mean, I do want this game too. I'm desperately wanting another Ninja Gaiden, but I want Dead or Alive more. Yes, no more Concords. I think the death of Concord in record speed, like that game was speed running the death of a live service game. Like, I think it set records. I'm hoping the death of that was the wake up call the entire industry needed, so that we can get back to where we were. And it looks like it may have been. Both characters can perform legacy abilities like the Flying Swallow and the Azuna Drop, baby. Ah, yes. Yeah, there's those combos, as well as all new moves and techniques. We hope you look forward to the new Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I am, man. I am. And it's day 1 Game Pass? The challenge and deep action defines the series while incorporating the speed and expression of Platinum games. So it's going to have the difficulty, the best of both worlds. We're putting all our efforts into making this a true mainline sequel. Our aim is to deliver fair, engaging combat where players experience the thrill of battle, relentless enemies. I can't wait for you to get your hands on the new entry in the Ninja Gaiden series. The game will delight both fans and newcomers alike. That's how you do it. Please look forward to the game's launch. Please give me a date for that launch. It has been many years. Yes, it has. We're so happy to finally be able to share it with you. I'm so happy to see it. We look forward to delivering it to you in fall of 2025. So we got to wait till the fall. Please stay tuned for further information. So realistically speaking, fall 2025, realistically speaking, if they are working on a Dead or Alive already, we won't see it until, at the earliest, first quarter 2026. If they're waiting to see the reception to this game and to see if that fan base is clamoring for more of this universe before they even start on Dead or Alive 7, then we probably won't see it till 2027. I'm hoping that's not what happens. I'm hoping they're already secretly working on it now, and that it'll be, bam, you know, fall 2025, you get this game, and then first quarter, summer 2026, you get Dead or Alive. That's what I'm hoping will happen. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm really hoping that Dead or Alive makes a comeback and they're not waiting. Although I could see them doing Dead or Alive 7 in 2027, you know, as like a theme type thing. So. Either way, I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to do like I did back in the day where I played through the game, I beat it. New Game Plus, I go from Master Ninja mode and I bang my head against a wall and play one of the hardest games I've ever played so I can conquer it and get that beat Master Mode achievement as a badge of honor. Because this, Ninja Gaiden, as people seem to have forgotten, Ninja Gaiden was Dark Souls before Dark Souls. It was the hard game to master. I'm so glad it's back. Can't wait. Oh, there's one more thing we're excited to announce. Dead or Alive 7? Take a look. Dead or Alive 7. Dead or Alive 7. It's a Team Ninja game. Dead or Alive 7? Did you just give me what I want at the end of the trailer? Did you just surprise me with the Dead or Alive 7? It looks like it. These look like one-on-one fights. No, wait, that's a multiple character fight. Wait, this Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden 2? I'm recognizing some of this. Yeah. It's Ninja Gaiden 2. The remake of Ninja Gaiden 2. The remaster. No, it's a remake. Ninja Gaiden Black. They call those Black. Yeah, damn it. That's on Game Pass right now, isn't it?
Go back to hell. All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 2. Okay. Damn it. I mean, I'm happy that they gave it Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I'm glad they made a black version of that game, which is kind of a remaster. First released on the Xbox 360 in 2008. Yeah. Acclaimed for the violence and high-speed battles. Gaiden 2 Black is the definitive edition of the game, honoring the style of the original with with revamped graphics using Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, so it's a remake, in addition to lush visuals. Players can enjoy playing as Ayane, Mojimi, and Rachel, all characters from Dead or Alive, alongside Ryu. We're excited to announce that you can download it on Game Pass today. Are you going to make a black version of Ninja Gaiden 3 so that we can play through the original trilogy before 4 comes out? That would be pretty awesome. We are happy to develop this for the fans dedicated to the series for years, as well as newcomers. Yeah, I think 2 was probably my favorite in the series, to be honest. This will be the year of the ninja. There's a lot of ninjas in Dead or Alive. Just saying. Hope you're excited to see how the series evolves. Thank you very much. Wish list today. I will be adding this. Bonus Ninja Gaiden Black 2 play today. Alright. What's the next dev? What do you got? 4 devs? Compulsion Games. I'm not even sure what they make. Oh wait, this is that yeah, this is that game in the swamp that they showed earlier. When is this actually coming out? I was kind of interested in this one.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own.
Yeah, I like that it's set in the south, down near where I live, where people talk like me.
We draw inspiration from the landscape to shape.
And it was doing that weird, like, watercolor painting style, too.
For
Yeah.
South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life.
Deep South, baby.
This gave us a chance
Welcome to where I live.
Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist.
Oh, my wife will love this.
Hazel is at the forefront of our story.
Dark fantasy twist. You said the magic words.
And larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey.
Yeah, this is my wife's name written all over it. This is one I'm taking interest in simply because I know she'll make me play it. But
It is really picking up out
I need to see more of the actual gameplay.
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
as long as you didn't forget the
Indeed.
Flashlights and
Yep,
batteries.
we've been through hurricanes
You got
before, baby.
5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble.
Yeah, the gameplay style is supposed to have, like, it looks like it's dropping frames and skipping around, but I think that's an intentional thing, and I'm wondering if that's going to pull me out of the game or not. Because I get what they're going for. They're going for, like, that, like, watercolor painting, like a moving painting kind of thing. It's an art style that they're going for. I'm hoping, like, it'll be different during the gameplay, and it's just, like, a cutscene thing, or it won't be too distracting. It is a little off-putting to watch when you're not ready for it, though. But I can tell you it's 100% intentional. Oh, they said you can toggle off the stutter effect? Well, there you go.
Wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Okay, she's gonna get sucked up in a storm. Y'all waited way too late to leave that hurricane, baby. I've been through enough of them to know that if it's at your back door, it's too late.
But disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is.
Yeah, you get my wife's attention with the magic fantasy stuff. I'm more of a sci-fi guy.
Power that redefines
But I like that it's set in the south, so.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver.
Us rednecks don't get enough attention. Like, we don't get enough games. Like, the only games we get based in the south where us rednecks are usually, like, the military games. Like, for some reason, all of the like, sergeants and main characters in Call of Duty to sound tough means that they have to, you know, have a Southern accent or be British.
Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world.
Big Halo
connecting
lord.
people.
Halo lore nerd. I liked Halo up until, I'd say up until 5. I hate what they did with Cortana. And then they had to try to retcon it in Infinite, and it was terrible. But I'm a big Halo and even bigger Gears of War nerd. But yeah, like I read all the novels and shit too. Don't watch the Halo television series. It's an insult to the series. As far as I'm concerned, it's not canon, and it didn't happen. It's terrible. Unless you just really want to see Master Chief's butt cheeks. Master Cheeks!
Nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world.
So she can see both.
Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
Yeah, I think I'll probably turn the stutter off. I get what they're going for, but it looks like it'd be
The
distracting.
world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
Wondering what folk tales they go for. I've probably heard of some of
Among
them.
them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
That's a real story.
Would you kindly do
Down
your
in the bayou.
weaving thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of...
All right. I'm hearing all the people working on this game. And I ain't heard a single one with a Southern accent yet. Did y'all hire any actual Southerners to help you work on this, or did you just Google Southern lore? You have me concerned here. I mean, kind of cool to see the catfish, but I want to know there were some rednecks working on this game.
Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As
she's
her
kind of
journey
like
unfolds,
Spider-Man.
Hazel will master new
What I'm gathering
weaving
there.
abilities, using them to traverse the world.
It just makes her
conjure
look like
objects,
Spider-Man.
and confront adversaries.
I'm not hearing
Combat
anybody with a
is
Southern
about
accent talking about
understanding
this
and
game.
adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset.
Can she do
strengths,
like
and
some
weaknesses
Mega Man
that
shit
will
and
need to
absorb
learn
their
and adapt.
powers? That'd be
For
pretty
example,
cool.
The slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the upper hand in combat.
And combat looks pretty smooth.
Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then, press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide
the combat
which
system
areas
looks
to
interesting.
prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding.
I mean, I hope it's got more than those 3
The combat
main
system
skills.
is fast
Hoping
and
there's some stuff you're not telling us.
built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and
Like, can I,
avoiding
like,
enemies.
weave a cord to link
You mind if I
2 or
take
3 of them
over?
together kind
You
of
can
thing?
see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a
Where you
weaver,
from? You
Hazel
don't know
heals these
Gator.
creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before
So just
she
a lot of Louisiana folklore here.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it.
Is a Loch Ness
From the
monster gonna be in
atmospheric
here?
environment to unique music
Nessie?
themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation. before
Loch
she
Ness
can
monster,
heal.
baby.
Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a
Fuck is
specific
that?
thematic. These encounters
I mean, I
feature
recognize the
multiple
Gaiden.
phases that ramp up
What is
in
that thing?
complexity.
A witch?
As the encounters progress,
I like the
musical
soundtrack.
theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight.
This game better have a streamer
It's
mode if
Tito
this
Tom
music is
or
copyrighted.
hugging Molly.
I want to be able to stream it.
Each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
Wait, you go inside the
South
gator?
of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal
Where's the person with the
swamps
southern accent
to
making this
flooded
game?
farmlands to the Appalachian Peaks. In our magical south,
Appalachian Peaks,
decaying
that's
buildings
not far from
reclaimed
here.
by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and paint blue
I just want to see
porches,
one
which are
guy
so
in a
short on
flannel
these
shirt
experience.
working on this at some point.
The
He doesn't
way
have to
the
talk,
past
just
emerges as central themes, which you
just
can
let me
see
know
through
someone who
old abandoned
understands it
buildings
worked on
and
it.
businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last
Oh, there's
person
plenty of
left
those.
here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
that man does meth.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our
That's
team
why
to bring a
it- yeah,
distinct
stop motion.
personality and tone
That's why
into
it's
every
got the-
prop and character.
The skipping around.
Because this
But you
folklore
said
is
you
open
can
to
turn it
visual
off, so.
interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
Flannel shirt guy nodding in the background, sitting down. Yeah. Just when they show The Office, just show a guy in a flannel shirt just working, and then have him just look at the camera and be like,
Talent across all our disciplines that
and then get back to work.
South of Midnight, such
Maybe
a
got a
deep
pack of Marlboro in his
We
pocket.
hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Never pre-order. It's another one of those things you shouldn't do. I can go on a whole speech about why you shouldn't do that too. But absolutely buy games on release day after you've read a review and know if it's good or not. Be an informed consumer. That's what I advocate for. There's zero reason to pre-order when all games are digital. It'll never sell out, I promise. You're fine if you don't. You won't miss out. What do we got here?
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor.
You guys make games in a manor?
We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working
Well, that's
on our
not
first
pretentious
game,
at all.
Obscure Expedition
Oh,
33.
this Expedition 33 from
It's
France.
set in a fantasy version of
I'm kind of half interested in this one. I think my wife would be more into this one than me.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved. But
Okay, you're speaking my language there.
The latest tech.
Love my RPGs.
With new features and took place in a
Okay, yeah, a whole party system there.
I knew I needed help to realize.
Is it turn-based?
First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system.
No, you don't want the exclusive Best Buy pre-order skin.
And a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
Look, the bar is very high for these gentlemen if they're taking inspiration from turn-based RPGs. Because if you want a game that found the absolute perfect balance between modern-day action and classic turn-based RPG, I have not played a system as fun and a more perfect marriage of the two than the remake of Final Fantasy VII. They fucking nailed it. It's going to be really hard to make a combat system, especially Rebirth, where they just like added even more to it with the combo and team up attacks with your party members, the ability to dynamically switch between party members, but everyone's still attacking, give commands, and then you can pause battle Mass Effect style to fucking pick from the menu just like it's a turn-based game. Oh my god, that battle system's so goddamn fun. Any modern day game taking its inspiration from turn-based battle systems that's trying to like, that's the bar. That's the new standard. You guys got pretty big shoes to fill here. Like I said, they've caught my attention with their gameplay things. I'm not really into the whole fantasy world stuff, but I kind of make an exception for fantasy stuff as long as it's not medieval fantasy like that. I just could not give two shits about. But when you go like steampunk or like try to incorporate some modern day stuff in it, like Final Fantasy VII does with the cars and the big cities, and yeah, where you kind of marry the two. Oh, okay, all right, I'm kind of with you. I'm not against this one. This one looks kind of good.
Tom and I went back and
Doesn't this one use multiple time periods too? Like, isn't that the
started
gimmick?
to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation.
Wow, must be nice to be able to do that.
In video games, success always
I'll make
starts
enough money to
with
do
a
that.
strong creative vision. And we had that defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth.
Yeah, story's important to an
Gameplay
RPG.
that innovates on the
Okay, it
classic
looks like it's turn-based.
and a world that is
Looks like it's just straight up turn-based.
beautiful and immersive.
I want to see more of the combat system.
Interactive on these tenets.
I'm not against it being completely turn-based either.
And the drive to make something great.
I'm not against it being completely turn-based. If you want another like 2D game that does a good job of that came out relatively recently, and it's on Game Pass, and I played through that. It's not super long, but it's definitely worth your time. Sea of Stars is really good. It's got that like Super Nintendo pixel art style, but cranked up to 11. It's very, very defined. And it's got kind of a more modern day version of like the battle system from Super Mario RPG, where it is turn-based, but you can extend your attacks or like enhance your block with perfectly timed, button presses. It's really good. Story's well written. Dialogue's pretty good. It's engaging. It's no voice acting, but if you like that old school experience, cannot recommend Sea of Stars enough.
This too is
Bravely Default was good
legacy.
too. I'm currently working through
Core to every great
Octopath.
RPG is a compelling story.
Because I hadn't played those yet, and those are
Guillaume
on
and
Game
I
Pass.
spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours.
I think I like
And
Sea of
that
Stars
started
better
with
than
the hook.
Octopath so far, though.
67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased.
Jesus.
Every year, that number ticks down.
So
and
every year,
everyone dies
younger people die.
Younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Everyone's 33 years old, huh?
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on
What
that
number
we
did
didn't
she
want to
start
focus
at?
on good versus evil. What's interesting
Like
to
how
us are
long have they
people
been fighting
who,
this chick?
yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about Arya.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
Okay, speaking my language.
Missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that
Okay.
Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time.
No, show me more of the battle system. Don't spoil the story for me. Like, I get the premise of the story. Show me the battle system.
doesn't cover every contingency.
I don't need to know everything about the story. Let me experience that in the game. Show me the battle system.
Whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
That means sex scenes.
Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty.
No, don't ruin all the plot twists and stuff.
playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic.
All you have to say is they meet companions along the way. You don't need to show them. I want to be surprised by this stuff. The story stuff I want to be surprised by. I want to see the combat right now.
He's very, very old
Okay.
and has seen many expeditions come and go.
Is this...
He is a Jet Troll, which are a group
It does
of
look like
playful
straight up
beings
turn-based,
who
but
battle
with some of
support
that
abilities.
timed button press stuff, like I was saying in Sea of Stars.
You'll meet Monoko and many
Which again, I'm
other
not
Jet
against.
Trolls
When
across
done
the
right, that system can be fun. As long as they add enough
And of
tactical
course,
stuff
there
to
is
it.
Esquier, who is one of
To
the
keep it
oldest
engaging.
and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world.
Okay, so hidden stuff.
If you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
How many total playable characters?
In addition to a strong
Sounds like this took
narrative,
some inspiration
we have
from
a
Final
clear
Fantasy
vision for our
VI,
own
because
take
that
on the
was
genre's
how that
core
worked.
gameplay.
Large
The
ensemble
reactive turn-based
cast, each one with their
system takes the
own
traditional
story,
turn-based battle mechanic
woven
without
into the
and
main
adds
story.
real-time reaction.
Okay. Yeah, real-time reaction. Okay, yes, it is
Combat
turn-based.
greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or firing at the right time. The balancing
Yeah, to
turn-based
keep you
with
engaged in
real-time
between your
mechanics
turn.
took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too
If you
hard.
want a 2D version of this
Some
that's
of
out
us
right now,
are
go
still
play Sea of
traumatized by
Stars.
enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies.
Okay.
A big part of
So
the
you're not
formula
punished for
lies
not
in
being
many
able to do the
ways
parries
you can
and stuff. That's
customize your
good.
character.
You can play it like a traditional turn-based and just take the hits as long as you've got the gear
A lot of
to
time
survive it
designing
or
each
to heal
character's
yourself.
unique mechanics
Cool.
and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game.
That's a tall order.
Each character has a unique mechanic. Maëlle switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Maëlle the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also
Yeah, if you get good at the
hundreds of
dodging and
passive
parrying, a
effects,
glass cannon
which
would be
in our
valuable
game
in this
are
game.
called Lumina.
What it sounds like. That'd
Every
probably be your most
character
powerful
has more than
class.
20 unique
Make the
skills
game
in the
harder,
skill tree
because you got to be
and
perfect
hundreds
with
of
your
passive
dodges and
effects.
stuff.
They can gain
But the
through
reward
Lumina
would be
and weapons.
massive.
So there are a ton of builds and playstyles to explore.
Okay.
Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
You gotta have a lot of game options for players to discover builds you didn't think of. So, liking the sound of that.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique.
You don't sound
level
French.
has its own color and texture identity. For example,
maybe.
the Gestural Village is an
I'm
early
detecting a
area
little bit
in
of
the
an
game
accent
where
here.
players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically
Okay,
a
so
bazaar.
there are towns and stuff.
Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestral village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary.
No, most of them have
ideas
been
here
French.
were forest, labyrinth, and
The,
sentinels.
the last couple guys they showed had pretty obvious French
like an
accents.
old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white.
And they did say their
I wanted
studios
to
in
make
France, so it
feel
makes sense.
cozy,
I'm just
with some
shocked to see a
danger,
guy who
with
sounds like he
traps and
might be
labyrinths
American.
in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a
I'm
single
detecting a
transit.
little bit of an accent with
I
this
thought
guy,
of
but
a
it could be
monkey
because he's
white
American
body,
and just
white
been living in
fur
France
with
for
a
so long.
black
Who
and
knows?
red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Jester.
Oh, none of the characters sound
First
French.
kid,
I'll give you
we
that.
needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
Okay.
From the very start of the project,
Yes,
was one
see, this
thing
guy is
we
obviously
seriously wanted
French.
to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days.
Oh,
A completely
RPG,
free
oh.
navigable world map.
Mon
Yes,
frère.
we've got a world map.
Good, you should have a world
And
map.
it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around. Here we go! We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you
Side
want
quests?
to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore.
Oh, hidden bosses and stuff. Good. It's like you're taking a little inspiration from Final Fantasy VII here.
We've
I see
poured
what you're
our
doing.
hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years.
Damn.
That's why
A lot of
we're
quick time
delighted
events
to
too.
announce that Expedition
counter shit.
33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah, he is
and
very
available
French.
Day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are
What?
a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take.
I do
on
hope
the
this game
Foundation.
sees success. I do want to see turn-based stuff
On
make a
behalf of
comeback.
Everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
April 24th. Oh. Yeah, I do hope turn-based stuff makes a comeback. There's still room for it, I believe. As fun as the battle system is and, you know, the remake of Final Fantasy VII and Rebirth, I had a lot of fun with Sea of Stars and seeing a, you know, that genre, that style become redefined to make a comeback. I'm definitely for it. All right, here we go. American-made game, guns, and gore. Rip and tear, baby.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped
Made
define
Doom.
and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important
Hype as fuck?
values
Yeah,
at
so
the
am I.
core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance.
I want to
remain
see
a
some
priority
gameplay.
for us to
I want to
this
see
day.
some of these new
And
mechanics.
as you're about to see,
Oh, the story
those
doesn't matter in a
values
Doom
are
game.
infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary
They can
Doom
do whatever they
franchise.
want with the story and no one's
It
going to
is
give
an
a shit.
honor to work on this
As long as
game
the
and
gameplay
carry
is
on
solid.
its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet.
I'm hoping it's better than Eternal, because I actually like Doom 2016 more than Eternal. Eternal was fun, but I didn't like the mechanic of having to use this weapon to get this ammo. Yeah, like I want to just be able to use the weapon I want. So I'm very curious to see the new mechanics here, and hope they drop that system. God, that shield looks badass though.
In Doom, the
Fucking
Dark Ages,
chainsaw
you will
shield.
feel like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016.
Oh.
And that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise,
Does that mean the Doom Slayer's a
the
time
Dark
traveler
Ages will
now?
be the perfect entry point into the series.
Like he
And if
sleeps
you're a
and wakes
longtime
up to
fan,
fight them?
Then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the
Oh,
game
yeah.
is really a return to form.
Oh,
So
okay,
let's
you're
break it
speaking my
down,
language.
Starting with the combat.
Yes. Tell me.
In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank.
There we go.
Heavy,
That's better.
Strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis
Okay,
on
he's
power
saying the
over
right stuff.
acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Thank you. No more acrobatic bullshit. Put me back on the ground like classic Doom.
Between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again.
Yep.
Just
Good.
like the classic Doom games.
Good.
But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal.
You're
always.
already speaking
And
my
so for
language,
Doom the
though.
Dark Ages,
Sounds like I
it's
got
an
what I wanted.
all-new world with new tools
I didn't like
and
the
new
direction of Doom
mechanics to
Eternal.
master.
I'm
Let
liking
me
this return to
introduce you
form.
to the shield saw.
Chainsaw shield.
Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect.
What?
All from one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press.
That's
You know, we
worrying.
want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in
Okay.
2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages,
Yeah.
you're gonna stand and fight.
That's my... This one might be my favorite then. That's speaking my language. The fucking stand and just fucking fight me.
And the shield saw will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id.
That last one looked like a Lionel from fucking Legend of Zelda.
Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with.
Yeah.
How about an iron flail?
Oh.
Or maybe an electrified gauntlet. Or even a doom spiked mace. That's right.
Yeah, give me some fucking brutal medieval weapons. Yes!
All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons.
The mighty boot!
All new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any
What?
angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing.
New glory kill system?
You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom.
I mean, what if I don't choose to do basic attacks? Can I still get the cool animations?
Inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet.
There's still like loot pinatas with the way that they spit out stuff now, but whatever. The what? Chain guns, bang?
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient.
Damn, the shotgun. Medieval torture machine. Look, it's grinding up skulls as ammo. That's a crossbow. Rip and tear, baby.
That's the mission statement for the design of these never before
A
seen
gun that grinds down skulls to shoot shrapnel. This game looks metal as fuck.
has the power to wield. So let's take
That soundtrack sounds like it still fucking slaps.
see how these medieval mechanics
I was worried about the soundtrack after they lost the composer during the last game, but it sounds like this guy knows what he's doing. I'm just listening to the soundtrack while he's playing. It sounds like it still fucking slaps. Dude, the soundtrack to Doom is so good. It's on my Spotify play. It's mixed in with my Spotify playlist, like with my other music. I've even got like covers of the theme to the original Doom and the old school games done by Megadeth. It's so good. He teleport? So you can throw the shield and pull yourself to the shield? Yes! Oh, that fucking, like, reflecting projectiles is gonna feel so good. Oh, you can't reflect that, though. That's a fucking flamethrower. Ah, then it just sticks in him?
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, We've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune
You can customize every little bit of the game.
whatever fits them best. You can slow
Bigger
things down,
parry window, slow the
or
game
speed
down.
them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building.
What?
Powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized.
So in the medieval game, we get a mech for some reason?
If that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either.
It's Panzer Dragon on steroids. You guys remember Panzer Dragon? It's that, but metal. What? Dude, shut up and take my money.
And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages.
I've heard no mention of multiplayer yet. All I want is them to go back to classic multiplayer, team deathmatch, and just let me use all these new toys.
Dark forests, dungeons,
Refine what you did in 2016 and completely scrap what you did in Eternal because it was ass.
and through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way.
But rewarding exploration is good.
You're gonna cut, leap,
Okay, so
smash
leaps.
your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction.
It's futuristic, but medieval somehow.
Battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations.
Yeah, they had energy shields.
To engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose.
Any gun you choose. There we go. That's the right
Explore
formula.
what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines.
God, that gun looks awesome.
Vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight.
I'm liking the sound of
and the
all of
objectives
this.
you pursue.
All I want to know now is there multiplayer and how does it work?
Full of war and
Doom Sandbox. You said the magic
Once
words.
you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
So their stance on the different games was they want each Doom game to be its own thing. And they ask you to do something different in each game. This sounds like it's probably going to be my favorite because it is literally all the stuff I said I wish that, Doom would be about. They're calling it a return to form. So they said in Doom 2016, they asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, they asked you to jump and shoot. And in this game, their theme for the game is stand and fight. So it's grounded. They said strafing is viable again. You're going to basically stay on the ground and you're going to be like a walking tank. And you're going to strafe and it's going to play more like classic Dooms. But they also give you a mech and a dragon and a bunch of new tools and stuff. And the ability to speed the game up, to go faster, to go... They're like all these crazy options. This sounds like everything I've wanted so far. Big open worlds to explore, big open areas to explore. You play the game at your pace. No more corridors. Just... the ability to approach combat any way you want. You're not forced to use this gun to get this ammo or any of that shit. It's just go to town. The only question I have left, because you've sold me on everything else. Shut up and take my money, Doom Dark Ages. At first, I was kind of lukewarm on the Dark Ages things. I don't care about fantasy bullshit. But it's a Doom game. The story doesn't matter. The gameplay was all I was worried about. Now that you've sold me on the gameplay, still just got one question left. What's the multiplayer like? I'm hoping that you return to form for the multiplayer too, and threw that fucking Doom Eternal multiplayer bullshit out the window because it was ass. Because it was ass. Shut up and take my Game Pass. God damn, thank you, Game Pass. All this shit is day one Game Pass. New Ninja Game, Game Pass. South of Midnight, Game Pass. Expedition 33 also looks dope, Game Pass. And now Doom Eternal? I'm sorry. Dark Ages. Not Eternal. Better than Eternal. Oh, is this really going to show off the mech?
And the soundtrack to your
Yes!
adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape.
Okay, so this is who's making the new soundtrack, Finishing Moves.
Medieval vibes and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete.
I don't care about the story. Skip story.
The story of Doom: The Dark Ages.
It's a prequel to 2016.
Is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line.
God, that dragon looks dope.
The star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now.
He just
as we take the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes.
He just like it just
new characters, old
God.
allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players,
he's still upset.
Directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action.
They named the band, I forgot the name of it, like Fresh something. It's a band known for doing like heavy metal covers of video game music to begin with. It looks like they commissioned them to do this game, to do an original soundtrack for this game. And so far, all the music they've played during this trailer sounds pretty on point. Like Mick Gordon would have probably done a good job too, but it sounds like these guys are doing just fine. So Mick can stay mad. I'm liking the soundtrack so far.
Worthy of the Slayer's legend.
Show multiplayer now.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've
Okay.
done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make.
When are you going to make a new Wolfenstein?
That's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
Oh, you guys just showing off your
That
office now.
is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Is this going to be the first Doom game to launch with no multiplayer? There was zero mention of multiplayer there. Like, did they just give up on multiplayer entirely? That would be the one thing that disappoints me about it. I didn't think Doom 2016's multiplayer was bad. It just needed some refinement. They threw it out the window for Eternal. They need to throw Eternals out the window and redefine, do a return to form for multiplayer too.
You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
I mean, so far, each one of these games looks good in a different way. They are covering a number of genres. I'm really interested in Expedition 33 now, and I'm hoping that Ninja Gaiden 4 does some tie-in to hint at a new Dead or Alive coming. It looks really fucking good too, by the way. All with Game Pass, baby. Fuck yeah. All right, that's a developer direct. Quick and to the point. We didn't have to watch that fucking 4-hour live stream that fucking IGN had. That was just boom, straight there. Oh my god. The new Ninja Gaiden looks dope as shit. They did like hint at returning characters, but they're being very sneaky with it. I'm hoping this means that you're going to see some Ayane, you're going to see Rachel, you're going to see some characters returning from Dead or Alive because they're very woven into the Ninja Gaiden universe, and hopefully some hints in that game at a new Dead or Alive, hint at stuff going on somewhere else that maybe we'll play in another game. New Dead or Alive, please. And now that the cancel culture pendulum is swinging back the other way, maybe they'll feel comfortable bringing a Dead or Alive game, a return to form for Dead or Alive, like we're getting with Doom, back to the States. Return to the form of combat that's not as complicated as Dead or Alive 6, and a return of cleavage. Okay, I know. That's what we want. Okay, Street Fighter 6 is getting away with it with and new games are doing it again. Stellar Blade exists. I think the time for Dead or Alive's return is fucking now. So probably early 2026. Looks realistic for a Dead or Alive, if it's at all possible. I don't know. From the sound of it, he was justified, but I'm glad they have a good new sound direction. Mid as hell. Still think DOA 6 was better. DOA 6? You mean 5? Oh, I mean combat-wise, Dead or Alive 5 had the best combat. They overcomplicated it with some of those new systems in 6. That's the real reason 6 didn't do as well. Because you're right, you can fix the outfits and shit in Dead or Alive 6 if you're playing on PC with mods. So, yeah, people got mad that they covered up their cleavage and blah, 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 gave new outfits and took away the jiggle physics. But, I mean, mods could have fixed that. People would have got over that. It's the fighting mechanics in 6 that people didn't like. They changed the reversal system, and they overcomplicated shit. Just go back and do a better version of Dead or Alive 5. All you gotta do to make Dead or Alive 7 fucking stellar and competing with modern day games is just do Dead or Alive's fighting system, but give the game a proper super bar for the first time in the series. No more of this, you can only activate your super when your health bar is low, so it's a comeback mechanic. No, give us a proper super bar that we can build and add some bar management to it. That's all you got to do. A system, similar to what Street Fighter 6 has. I would say try to combine like Street Fighter 6 with Tekken 8, because Tekken 8 is heat gauge. The problem with the heat gauge in Tekken 8 is you can't refill it. You only get to use it once per match. And your supers are still done when your health bar is low. I would say give me a refillable heat gauge type system that speeds up combat, kind of like the bar in Street Fighter 6 where you're managing that bar. And then that's separate from your super bar. And then you get your super bar, which builds up as you do stuff, and you can do different levels of super moves. Add that to DOA 5's gameplay, and boom. You fucking nailed it. I don't know. You could play with DOA 5 reversals, and I like 6 better. I mean, to each their own. I would still say 5 is probably like it. I mean, it's just generally considered more loved than 6 because the reversal system's not so complicated. It doesn't interrupt the flow of battle. I think the flow of battle is better in 5. My personal favorite was 3. They added like 2 new reversals with 4. Well, they added a new reversal with 5, and then a new one with 4, and then a new one again with 5. And 5 is about as complicated as I wanted that system to get, but then they added even more to it in 6. Like with each passing game, the reversals got harder and harder to do and more complicated. I'd say 3 or 4 was probably the sweet spot. Doom looks badass, but I really want to return to form with the multiplayer. It doesn't even have to be anything spectacular. Just give us what would be really awesome. Oh my God, here's an idea. What would be really awesome for multiplayer, since each Doom is going to be its own fucking thing. Since Doom 2016 was run and gun, Doom Eternal was jump and shoot, and Doom Dark Ages is going to be stand and fight. You're almost at the point where you could just do a class-based team deathmatch multiplayer where you pick the version of the Doomslayer you want to play as. Do you like 2016's playstyle? Pick that Doom guy. Do you like Eternal's playstyle with the grappling hook and the mobility? Pick that playstyle. Do you like the tanky stand your ground stuff with the shield? Pick that one. And each one would have different size health bars and stuff, and that would determine the guns that you got. You could do that. You could absolutely do that and have this fucking battle royale of all the Doom playstyles under one roof. I think I just nailed how to do fucking Doom multiplayer. Fuck playing as the fucking demons. Go back to the old school. It's just Slayer versus Slayer. Only now you get to play as all the Slayers. Dude. Then everybody gets what they want because you can get your playstyle. You get the fucking fast, agile one from Eternal, but he's got a little less health. You've got the fucking, you know, middle of the road character from 2016. Not, you know, like all his stats are right down the middle. The one that's agile from Eternal, he's got a little less health, but he's got way more mobility, and then you got the slower one, the tankier one with the shield from fucking Dark Ages. Could fucking do that, and then do like a 6v6. You could have 2 of each one on your team, or just go nuts. Don't have any team restrictions. It's everybody gets to pick their play style. You do classic team deathmatch, and then the really big weapons are ones you pick up off the map. You know? Like your BFGs and shit. Oh my god, that would be awesome. That'd be fucking badass. Somebody forward this to id. I think I just figured out how to fix your multiplayer. There should be a bonus Doom guy in multiplayer that's just classic Doom guy. Can't jump but doesn't need to aim up or down. Yeah, there you go. You'd have to find a way to balance him, because I think the balance comes in having they all have different stats. But yeah, you could do classic Doom guy. There you go. You got your four classes. Classic Doom guy can't look up and down. He can't aim up and down, but he's more of a bloom-based shooter, a la Fortnite. You just point in the direction of an enemy and it tries to auto-aim, but it's not perfect, so you're going to miss some shots, but you don't have to aim as much. And he's, you know, he strafes and glides across the battlefield super fast, but he can't jump. Yeah. Yeah. God, that would work. That would absolutely work too. God, so you could have them all in there. You could probably even incorporate one from like Doom 3. Maybe he's got like a stealth mode or something because you're always hiding in corners and that was more of a horror-based game. Like, you could do this. I'm not saying make Doom a hero shooter, but just just do classes. They're not heroes. They don't have special abilities like Quake Champions, but they just have different stats and playstyles. So the people that like a certain playstyle get to play their playstyle. You just have to find a way to balance them to make them all viable so that everyone just doesn't pick this one, you know? That's all they'd have to worry about. God. All right. We've got an idea on the board for your multiplayer, id. Throw that fucking 1v4 shit out the window you were doing in Eternal. Nobody liked that. And this is how you fix your multiplayer. 2016's multiplayer wasn't bad, but fuck the demons. Play with more Doom guys. Different Doom guys. Doom multiplayer is just supposed to be fun. Add cool shit. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just add cool shit. And I think that would be cool shit. That's all the cool shit from all your previous games under one roof. Just all you gotta do is balancing becomes the only problem. No one's gonna take it that serious. No, they don't. I get their idea behind the multiplayer for Doom Eternal. You wanted people... The single player is beloved, and it's the reason people play the game. So you were trying to give the single player experience in a multiplayer setting. The problem was everybody just wanted to play Doom Guy. And Doom Guy was so much more powerful than all of the... I mean, you played Doom Guy versus 4 demons, but the 4 demons just never felt like they stood a chance. Doom Guy... everyone just wants to be Doom Guy because he's badass. So there you go. Just do it the classic way. When you'd play Doom 2... or Ultimate Doom back in the day, man, I used to dial up my 56K modem, get on my America Online, and play with my buddies from high school on Doom, and hope nobody called to kick me off the internet. While we played just these little 4v4 matches. And it was just, all of us are the Doom guy, but he's the red Doom guy, and I'm the green Doom guy, and he's the blue Doom guy. And nobody had any special powers or anything. We're all just running around the map shooting each other. That was all it needed. That's all these games need. They're overcomplicating their multiplayer. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. No gimmicks where you play as demons or whatnot. Just give us the different Doom Slayers we've come to know and love. There you go. I just nailed how to fix multiplayer in Doom. So if you guys don't have a secret multiplayer ready for us, because you didn't mention one, somebody send this to id, because I just figured out how to... I just gave you a base to work with. Make it happen, Captain. You can have that one for free, id. It's on the house. South of Midnight looks like it's going to be more my wife's thing, but I'll be interested in... If I'm not going to play it, I'll at least watch her play it. We may do a run of it on stream. Very excited for Ninja Gaiden. Hoping it leads to another Dead or Alive. And Expedition 33. Looks like it's going to be Sea of Stars, but in 3D, and I'm kind of excited for that. Sea of Stars was really good. If you're looking for something to scratch your I'm not even going to call it a JRPG because it's made in America. But Sea of Stars is really good. So if you're looking for something to scratch your RPG itch, it is a retro style pixel game, but it looks beautiful. Very in line with something like Chrono Trigger, and it plays kind of like Super Mario RPG on steroids. It's a really fun battle system, and it looks like Expedition 33 is going to kind of take that battle system into the 3D and make it a little more engaging. So it's caught my attention. So we'll see. Gonna be getting my RPG fix a lot this year. So, God, it's never been better to be subscribed to Game Pass. We haven't seen anything on a new Halo though. But I want a new Gears. I want to return to form for Gears, but Doom is catching my interest. All right, well that does it for the YouTube segment of the video. That does it for the reaction to the Developer Direct. A lot of exciting stuff there. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching this video. I'm Deathwitch on everything. Socials above my head here. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter to see when I go live. We do live streams every night. That's usually when the content's made. Or join the Discord to become part of the content creation process. Now, that's where I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching, guys.